So this commenter says, sometimes my puppy is just nose to the ground, full speed ahead, and getting her to slow down is the issue. I also see this with a lot of my clients who may not be puppies, but struggle with high levels of stress in a walk setting, or just being outside, or just in general. And they're plowing ahead. And in these situations, you'll often see that the dog is moving in what we might describe as a really straight line, really direct. If they're going in towards a person or a dog in this state, it's really direct. We're not seeing micro signals, which are where the dog is sniffing the ground, watching the person or the dog from their peripheral vision, approaching at a curve or an angle. No, instead, these dogs are too worked up to be socially appropriate, and so they're coming in hard and fast, for better or worse. And that may mean that our dogs that have some anxiety or fear are getting closer than they are ready for. And sometimes that confuses people, like, why would my dog go closer to something that they're fearful of? Well, it's like going to investigate the sound in the basement. Like, it might be a murderer. You're not feeling worried about going to check out that sound. But I digress. So if your dog is like pulling you ahead fast, and they're not taking time to sniff and process the environment, we can slow them down. Here's how. First of all, I like to use a 15-foot leash for this, so if that's safe for you, that can be a nice radius for the dog. And I like to practice this in places where there aren't straight lines, where the dog might already be like, oh, I go straight down the sidewalk or straight down this trail. So a nice park outing, a field. There should be lots of stuff for your dog to sniff, though. And actually someone else commented this on one of these videos recently. You give your dog just this like 15-foot radius, and you want to be within reach of all the exciting, good smells. So don't like stand in a field of grass while there are like all of these trees and bushes around you. Be near the interesting stuff. I'll often in these situations mark and reward anytime the dog looks back at me, but I'm not trying to like engage them or call them. I'm not trying to interrupt what they're doing and get them to focus on me. I'm letting them do their thing. And what I want to see in these situations is that the dog starts to sniff around and explore that 15-foot radius. I don't want to create frustration. This should not be frustrating for anyone. And so you may need to make the criteria for this easier. It may be an easier environment, or using more tools to intervene, like scatter feeds, find its, high-value food, to maybe calming the dog before you go out. So if the dog is so aroused that they're getting frustrated by this event, redo. But ideally what we want to see is the dog starts sniffing and taking in that environment, and then as they sniff, they're calming themselves down, and then we move forward. And if my dog starts going in hard, straight lines again, they stop doing the check-ins that I've conditioned, they've stopped sniffing, they seem to have stopped processing, then we just stop again. And this is not meant to be aversive, this is not meant to be a punishment, this should not be frustrating. We're just saying, check out what's around here, feel free to do a scatter feed with it. Have fun.